Hey, welcome. Today is a good day. I'm just so flabbergastedly happy and full of just happiness today because I got some wonderful guests today. Before I introduce them to you, I just want to let you know, I'll always give a word of encouragement every time I start a show. But today, we're going to use the word encouragement. I know I use flabbergastedly encouraged. You got to be flabbergastedly encouraged. You got to go a little bit further. But today, I want you to go out, if you can, anybody that hears my voice that can see me right now, go out and encourage somebody else. Encourage them, make them feel good. Give them a hug. A hug can last a lifetime. You can give somebody a hug, and that's all they need. And you never know what somebody's going through. I need a hug right now, but maybe one of my guests will give me a hug after this is over. We don't know where this is going to go. But I'm just happy today because I have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guest. Very talented man, very gifted, and he came a long way in politics. Woo! And you know what? If you know me, my family knows me. Anybody that knows me, I love to talk about politics. I love it. It's like I dream it, sleep it, wake up, turn on MSNBC, CBS. I don't discriminate. Sometimes I even watch Fox. But listen, today's a good day because we have the powerful, very powerful man running for the United States Senate in the House. And he's a very powerful man. I met him a few years back. He does everything, a lot of people don't realize he's musically inclined as well, but we'll get to that. But I just want to let you know that this is Don Rivers. We have him here. Don Rivers is running for United States Senate. He's going to be in the 2018 primary election. I already call him Senator Don Rivers because I say he already won. In my mind, he already won because I know the topics that he's talked about so far. I've been watching his commercials. I mean, he's all over the place, everywhere, from Facebook to YouTube to Twitter to regular cable TV. He's there giving his message about what Congress needs to do, what Congress is going to do, what he is going to do once he gets with the Senate, and how it's going to all change into something great, baby. So today's a good day. So I'd like to introduce to you, I'd like to introduce to all of you 7 million people, whoever's watching right now. I just want you, and feel free to send a question on our live board up there, Facebook board, and if you have a question for Senator Rivers. But here he is, the incomparable, the great, the powerful. Man, this guy is, I just want to shake your hand. Don Rivers running for United States Senate. Come on, clap your hand. Yeah! I'm just happy today. I'm happy. The reason why I'm happy, because I seen the progression of when you first started, right, and where you are now. Right. Right now you're at, when you started, you was at the level of, I don't know, Sidney Poitier or something. Now you're up at the level of Barack Obama or something. I don't know. And I'm good because you're like family to my family.
Yes, sir.
You taught me some things, that and if I ever had a question about politics or anything like that, I can always go to Senator Rivers about it. So I want to shake your hand again. Good to see you.
Well, I'm not Senator Rivers yet.
I know. I'm just saying Senator Rivers because I already know in my heart.
I believe in positive affirmation.
I believe that's right. That's why that's an encouragement.
Positive affirmations out there.
That's right.
Is what makes things be accomplished. So
right,
I really
right.
believe in it. I'm glad to be in Vegas right now.
Uh-huh.
It's so hot here, y'all. How y'all do this?
Woo! When I first came here to Las Vegas and I experienced that 120-degree weather, I was like, it's just so hot you get mad, and all that stuff. But joy cometh in the morning. But I just want to ask you a couple questions, because inquiring minds want to know.
Let's do this.
Inquiring minds want to know. Because there's so many things going on in United States Congress with the House and the Senate, and a lot of things are going wrong, a lot of things are going right, but mostly wrong. And the people want the truth.
Right.
And the people, so I said, well, if I'm going to have somebody on my show, I'm going to get somebody that's going to tell the truth about the United States Senate and what the country needs to do to get back on top and get out of this division.
Okay. Let me say this to get you started. President Obama made a statement. His statement was, let's clean the swamp.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then Congress, Republicans, didn't work with him. Mm-hmm. But he was very effective, regardless to that. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump comes along and he says, let's drain the swamp.
Right.
Now let's get some understanding here. Before there was a President Obama and a Trump, there was the Congress, the White House, and mess.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
The mess was there before they both started talking about it. And this is what people fail to realize over the last 40 years. See, I've been advisor for elected officials for 40 years.
Yes.
So I know all the stuff behind the scenes of the mess that was there. And because we leave gaping holes when we allow bills to become law, Donald Trump comes in, he does an executive order, and he hits those areas, and it makes elected officials scram all over the place because they lobby back and forth to get things accomplished. So when you talk about draining and cleaning the swamp, remember, it's the ecosystem. The swamp takes care of itself. Everything in a swamp environment believes it's supposed to be there.
Right.
It exists in that swamp.
Right.
No one said let's clean the ocean. No one said let's clean the rivers. No one said let's clean the creeks. They said clean and drain the swamp.
Well, let me ask you this, Senator Rivers. I'm saying Senator. Look, he's Senator Rivers. He's gonna win. So, but anyway, let's say that. I mean, how are you gonna clean a swamp when you bring in some swamp with you?
And see, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. That's what you have to understand is, we have been electing people from loyalty and practice tribalism.
Correct.
Which actually means we haven't allowed people that are grassroots and really their hands are clean. They're not with agendas. I don't have corporate entities coming to me giving me funds, but if they did, I can't say that I won't take them, but I know what reasons I would take them for. See, I'm not trying to clean and put my pocket together. I've worked 48 years, 3 jobs. I can retire right now. In fact, I will be, and I will be retiring. But what I'm saying is, we have to put people into office that knows how to deal with the issues and know how. It's about we the people. I keep saying this. The Constitution was right. It's we the people.
Which is your
it's
slogan.
Not about me. It's about the people.
Is that your slogan?
That's my slogan.
We the people, you know, and we the people have inquiring minds, you know, because I think it's you know, some people are telling me it's going to be a blue wave, and some people tell me it's going to be a red wave. You know, I see, you know, and I think we can it could just like in the days of Bill Clinton, you know, and Barack Obama, we can work together. You know, I believe that we can do that. You know, and you know, a swamp. You know, there's strength in numbers. You know, and there's good, just like there's good politicians, bad politicians, there's good police, bad police. You know, there's good and bad and everything. And since I have one of the good ones here, I just got so many questions I want to ask you. You know, that inquiring minds want to know, like moi. So, you know, we're going to start with the first question that you know, that came to my mind. You know, I just wanted to just to let everybody know that you're watching the Dwayne Anderson Man of Many Voices show here in Las Vegas. We're worldwide. If there's 70 million of you are watching, right, we need a couple of you to write direct a question for Senator Rivers, so that we can actually read it on live on my show to for all the people to hear, so that they can get a sense of what the people want. He needs your support, though, by the way, and your vote as he runs for United States Senate.
And your donation.
And your donations. you can't do this without no money.
No, you
know,
can't do it. I've done this long enough without money.
I learned that the hard way.
Can't do it.
I try to do it, and you know, money talks. Money does talk, and you know, I believe that if we want the right officials in Congress, in Senate, you know, gotta put some money behind them. Gotta put some money behind them. You know, it's just like an artist. I'm an artist. I'm an entertainer. But without no money behind me, I can't do too much.
Can't do too
much. So we need your support. We need your donations. He's running for the Democratic Party, the 2018 primary election. If you want to get some more information about him, you can go to DonLRivers.com. Is that correct?
www.DonLRivers.com.
Say that one more time so they get it.
www.DonLRivers.com.
That's a man after my own heart. This is a good man right here. That's why you should vote for him, because not only is he spending time, but he's done a lot of work with civil rights, with human rights as well.
Yes.
And so we're going to get to that. But you know, as a candidate for the United States Senate, you have grassroots campaign for repairing the Democratic Party. So how can you know, I know I have a few ideas of how to, you know, I wish I could just send a note to Congress or whatever on how to repair the Democratic Party? Where can we start?
It depends on the interests of the Congress. Now, we must understand something.
Yes, sir.
Both Democrat and Republican sides have acted racist at times.
True.
That's why you don't have that many elected officials that are of color in Washington State. Okay? Now, there's a thing called you keep a person in to get what you want. Everybody wants the same thing, but not at the same time and not for the same reasons.
Correct.
So because of that, we can properly make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to do what needs to happen.
That's true. And as someone who's running to get a vote from the people, that's what people need to hear.
Right.
What you just said just struck a nerve. That a lot of people we're not getting the truth.
No.
People want to hear the truth. We're getting a bunch of mixed messages. Even from the president himself. And from his lawyer. But I don't want to go there.
Well, no. Let's do this. It only takes a few minutes.
Yeah.
If you have a legislative district and it has 30 people that are PCOs, and those PCOs are working together to tell the community who to vote for and how to do it, they call it endorsements. But see, what happens in that is a politician knows how to take those 30 people. He needs 15 to be on his side.
Yes, sir.
He'll take 15 and get them on his side, and then he'll work at the other 15. So when it comes time for endorsement, all he needs is 5 of the 15 he hasn't worked with.
That's good.
And with that 5, he can override and always be back in office. This is what's happening behind the scenes.
Right.
When people don't vote, don't get involved, don't become PCOs, don't get involved with the system in their state, then you end up with things that you can march for everything, but you can't resolve everything with a march.
Right. Talk about marching. You can't be too old to march either.
No.
And some of our congressmen and women and Senate men and women been there for years.
Yes.
Some of them been there too long.
Right.
And they're walking with walkers and canes, and ain't nothing wrong with that, because I seen a guy with a cane.
Yes, it is.
But
Yes, it is.
Tell me about it.
Yes, it is. See, I went to my friend John McCain, who's not doing that well. See, I go across the aisle. I've worked on both sides. What the people don't know this. In order to stop racial profiling, you're not just going to stop it from being a Democrat. You got to be able to go across the aisle and deal with Republicans who are lawyers, judges, and they have that justice system that they're holding. Okay, so in order to change and help our 1.5 million African American brothers that are in jail get out of jail for the stupid reasons that a lot of them are in there for, when the system is not giving them jobs, giving them opportunities, so they gotta feed their babies, they gotta get diapers. So now you want to hold them too long, and then they fight in prison. You give them extra more years. So it's a lot that has to be done.
Yes, sir.
A lot has to be done. So you have to understand, you got to work with both sides of the aisle.
And and then you made a statement. I looked on one of your websites, and they're like, I like to every time I have a guest on my show, I do some extensive research on them. That's just to find out a couple of things, because I want to know what I'm talking about when I interview you. And you want to, I have you and another Pastor Hughes, coming on, but you guys are one of my favorite interviews to have on the show, because y'all dear to my heart. So I got to ask the right questions.
Okay,
so
I'm ready.
Here we go. And I noticed on one of your sites you said that we are losing what our past and present leaders have fought for. And since we're going to talk about that, I want to just start at healthcare.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people, which I agree with, they say that healthcare is under attack, and big time. I know it's going to take a lot to really stop. It seems like a lot of things that President Obama did, people are trying to undo. Certain people, a lot of people are trying to keep it in place, but you have millions and millions of people who are enrolled with healthcare, Obamacare, and I just want to talk about that, and what's your your perspective on that, on Obamacare, and what do we need to do to, because I know we got to make some changes to make it better.
If you were in construction and you was doing the infrastructure, and you were worried about the roads, and you wanted to lay a street or a highway, you want to start in an area that's the most level. To get yourself started. You're going to run into some bumpy road down there, but you got to bring special machines in to clean that up. This is the kind of things that happen with health care.
Right.
See, it was Hillary care.
Right.
And then it's
Come on.
Obamacare. Okay? But before it was all of that, it was no one that did care. But see, the issues of health care, I travel the world. No one else has these problems in the world. They'll show you third world countries that Microsoft is sticking needles in our people and doing these vaccines and making them guinea pigs and all this stuff and stopping the young 10-year-old girls from having babies and all that stuff. But they won't tell you the real truth about what's going on. When you talk about health care is not a problem in a lot. Germany, there's not a problem with health care.
Right.
You heard it? You go to the hospital.
Right.
We need a single family payer program that makes sure that everybody that has a problem gets adhered to.
That's
gets
it.
an opportunity
That's
to
it.
have health care.
That's what I want to
Healthcare is
hear.
for everybody.
Yes, yes.
And see what you have is you have to start somewhere. It was started before Obama, and Obama brought in an issue to make it be system-wide, nationwide, but it always needs to be critiqued. So I love the fact that our elected officials worked hard, but where we made a mistake is when they get older and when they leave, then we don't have anybody ready to come in that's going to take those bills that are already law and fortify them, reinforce them. Immigration is a mess. Healthcare is a mess, but it can change if we get a perspective of what's needed and how to accomplish it.
Well, since you said and talked about immigration and everything, what do you think about this? A big, great idea, a great, spontaneous idea about that wall. Will the wall help, or will the wall be a waste of money? Billions of dollars.
Reagan told Gorbachev to tear the wall down. Did anybody ever think about why he asked him to tear the wall down? Because it was dividing the people. Trump comes along and he says, build a wall. Let me help you understand something. And I'm going to use bad grammar. Ain't nobody thinking about no wall.
Right.
If these people want to come in America, they got underground tunnels.
They can go under the wall.
Okay?
Yeah.
You're talking about a wall, and they got sophisticated tunnels that they're traveling every day, getting wherever they need to be.
Right.
So it's not that, but the funds that he can get from the wall. His daughter, $82 million in 1 year? Now let's see what this is about. I'm not going into the Senate to make money. I probably give away a large portion into scholarship fund. One scholarship fund I want to start is for black medical people.
Tell it.
Black students to become. I want a black doctor.
Yes.
I had a black doctor do my shoulder. I'm not against another culture, but what I'm saying is, if you're gonna practice medicine, then practice medicine with somebody of your culture that knows your DNA. Okay. Now, Russia, Cuba, they don't practice medicine. They do preventive medicine. There's a difference. So you get ahead of the problem. So we got to learn to get ahead of these situations on all issues. When it comes to healthcare, when it comes to immigration, we want to get rid of ICE, but you need to understand that these things weren't formulated right. They weren't formatted right.
Right.
So we need to take a piece of what's there and reformat it. Reformat it.
Exactly.
All the bills that are on the books, what we need to take is look at those bills in the Democratic Party. We need to make sure those bills are fortified where they can't be on the table for an executive order.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, and that just leads to the plans weren't made and weren't correctly implemented into the system, especially when it comes to separating children from families, and that's when they cross the border and all that stuff. So as I leave this question, we're going to go into commercial break, but I have a special question for you about that, with the separations of families. When you have 7 little 3-year-olds crying for their mamas.
You didn't go there.
I have to go there because
when you go, you better go to the break.
Mess with the children.
You better go to the break on this one. Because you know why I think you better go to the break?
Yes, sir.
Audience, guess what? They did the same thing with us when they did slavery. They separated us. Now everybody's crying about it. Well, nobody crying about it when it was black folk being separated.
Oh, you hit a nerve.
No, I don't hit more no nerve. I want to hit your heart.
Yes, sir. And at that thought, we're going to go to a commercial break. Don't go nowhere, because we have some very, very special questions that I'm going to ask that inquiring minds want to know about Senator Rivers. I'm calling you Senator because I'm shaking your hand. We're shaking on that, right? You're one to win.
It's against the law so early, but go ahead.
We're going to commercial break. We'll be right back on the Dwayne Anderson Man of Many Voices show.
Glad to be here.
Yeah! Woo!